Emily Weinstein at Harvard, who studied the effects of Snapchat and Snapstreaks on kids by accident. It emerged in her interviews. And she found out that kids, when they go on vacation, they have to give their password to up to 5 other friends to actually have them send messages while they're gone on vacation because they're so worried about losing their Snapstreaks. In fact, a lot of kids, they wake up and they see these 30 contacts with different streaks, and they have to just take pictures of floors and ceilings just to kind of get through all these Snapstreaks so they don't lose any of them. So we have to ask, when Snapchat is designing a feature like Snapstreaks, are they doing that because they most want to help kids, empower them to live their lives? Or are they doing that because it's really good at getting their attention? And when we're parents and we see kids using it this way, we have to recognize there's something very different going on here. This was not true in the 1970s when we had a neutral telephone that we would choose to use when we wanted to use it. There are now 1,000 people behind our new telephone, which is, say, Snapchat, that's being designed and updated every day to be more compelling at addicting and holding on to people's attention. And it's not good for us. I mean, I think we can all feel it. We become more and more on the treadmill to the number of likes or feedback we get, basically, from social media, and start tying our own approval, our own self-worth to how much attention we get from other people. I mean, even for me, I notice that, you know, if I post something, it does affect me whether or not I have a lot of likes or few likes. And it's hard to really, if you think about it, and get to the felt sense of my self-worth is completely independent of that. That's a subtle thing to hold. And developmentally, children are more vulnerable to their self-worth being externalized like this. And the problem is that, you know, there's always been as well ways of externalizing our self-worth in terms of how much money we have in our bank account or in terms of how many friends we have. But now the externalization of our self-worth is controlled by a handful of companies whose goals are different than our goals. They're not evil companies. They just have the different goal of maximizing attention. And our goals are not that. But the problem is that their goals become our goals. This is what's actually so dangerous, is that their goals of engaging us the most by having us care about likes become our goals. We actually wake up in the morning as sovereign human beings and we start caring about the number of likes we got as if that's our goal in life. That becomes our goal. And it's as if we've been infected. It's if they've drilled a hole in the back of our head and now they've injected the virus and now we walk around searching for feedback using social media. And they won if that happens. And again, it's not because they're evil, but they're in a different game. They're trying to maximize attention. But we have to ask a much deeper question, which is, what do we want in our lives, and what is our self-worth actually tied to? And maybe it's being virtuous, or being a good friend, or being, caring about what matters, or living by our values. There's a whole bunch of things that we could define for ourselves, and I think the less people have defined their own values, the more vulnerable they are to someone else coming in and giving them their values. And to fix that, we're going to need to talk about different kinds of metrics, different ways of measuring success and monetizing success. So instead of making more money the more time we get, we instead make more money the more we've helped you in your life.